All right, we're going to do a little training track today, but before I run you through the process of what we did, I thought it might help to clarify exactly what we did by looking at kind of a bird's eye view of the line that we laid. The yellow line indicates the line that I put out. We're working on scent breaks today, and we're using a lake for those scent breaks. Our scent breaks today averaged 60 to 80 yards, something like that. And we've got an advanced dog. He's a Bavarian mountain hound. He's got a lot of work, hundreds and hundreds of tracks, both simulated and real, but he's worked a lot on his scent breaks. I don't encourage anybody to do scent breaks of this size and nature until your dog's worked through a lot of the smaller ones to build his confidence. But anyway, this is what we did. We started at the edge of the lake right here. This is simulated bear track, and it's only 6 hours old, but I laid the line here, and the yellow line shows where his first scent break was maybe at about 80 yards into the track, across the lake, and we went up over the dam. This is extremely steep terrain. It's hard to tell from this elevated position. We dropped down into a creek. He's going to hit a creek here. The scent break here is maybe 75 yards long, and the deer entered the creek, did not exit it, and then the dog would have to eventually have to work through this mess and then come out. Through here is just a big bottom. We've got a north-northwest wind, so he's going to work across this bottom here. Should be pretty uneventful. An extremely steep ridge here that we're going to go up. And then I did, just to keep him honest, I did several 90s right here. And it's a great time right in here for the newer handlers to start running these 90s, because it helps you understand your dog's body language when he breaks that line. Alright, up through here, this is an interesting spot right here where these blue arrows are. There were 6 deer when I laid the line, so feeding under an oak tree, so I really ran him right through the middle of that, down the steep ridge, and then a really hard 90 back into the lake, a real swampy, messy area right here. And this is a big scent break, probably at least 80, maybe 90 yards he's going to have to work through to find this line. Up the dam of the lake, again, very steep, hard 90. Very little scent right here. Ran into, for lack of a better word, a clover leaf. Simulated wound beds, several. And then he's just working through open pasture here to get back to the finish line. So let's go take a look and see how it worked. Okay, we're about to start a training track. As stated earlier, the purpose of the whole affair today is large scent breaks. We're going to go over the corner of that lake. We're going to go over the dam, enter the creek on the bottom side, do a major scent break down there as if the deer walked down the creek. We're going to go through that bottom, up that high ridge. We're going to come down that high ridge into the lake again, do another scent break over by the turkey blind. We're going to do a cross pattern of the original scent, and then we're going to finish up over here. I'm guessing somewhere in the neighborhood of 600 yards. Bear dog, go to work. Alright, his first scent break is coming up. He should put on the brakes right here. Realize he's overshot and come back. Good dog. Alright, he realizes there's a problem. Work through it. Work through it. Alright, he realizes right now that he's without a scent. We've worked a lot of scent breaks with him, so he's using a process of elimination to get around this corner. He should turn left and then pick up maybe 40 yards down the bank, pick the scent up going up the hill. Now he may cross it right now, so he's going to turn right. There we go. Pausing for a second. Now we're going to drop down into this deep valley. Got the wind at our back right now. He's working the line good. Again, this is not about cold nose work today. This trail is only 6 hours old. It's not the purpose. Purpose is scent breaks. Working larger and larger scent breaks. Obviously with a young pup, you're going to start with, 10-foot scent breaks over a roadway, hard surface, tennis court, water, whatever you've got. As many environmental scent breaks as you can try to imagine. Love this dog's working style. Methodical, but he's still quick. Should go down, do a cross, Good dog. Now this should be pretty uneventful. It's just flatland tracking. There's a lot of pooling down in here. Still a moist day. Heavy air conditions. He should run through this in just a second. He's working maybe 5 to 10 feet downwind of the scent trail. Important little bit of information right there. We're running a crosswind now, and while he's 10 to 15 feet to the right of the trail, the wind being left to right, there is absolutely no doubt that he's following the deer. Again, it's only 6 hours old, so that scent is still really hot. Now we're going to climb a very steep hill, and there's a couple, just for giggles, he's got a couple of 90s up here. They're marked, so we should see a pretty noticeable change in body language when he doesn't overshoot. We continue to climb. It may be difficult to see how steep this is. Again, nothing really noteworthy here. He's just trailing the bear. That's what the scent that I'm using is a bear concoction. It's his favorite critter to track. I'm breathing heavy trying to keep up with him. All right, as we approach this large red oak, there were 6 deer here when I laid the track. So let's see how he works through that. Obviously there's gonna be some confusion, but he knows he's tracking a bear, not a deer too. All right, he just broke. Work it out. Good dog. All right, there we go. Right back. All right, he's gonna do an overrun here. Hard left. There we go. Good dog. Like glue. Good dog. Just for the sake of the new handlers and new trainers out there, you notice I'm running a long line on him. His lead is 30 foot. Particularly when training, keep your distance. Let the dog work it out. Even the slightest variances in your body language are clues for him, particularly if you laid the line yourself. All right, we're coming up on a scent break. He should go nose to the water and then try to work it out. It's gonna come out across the lake over there. All right, there's the track into the lake. Now he's gonna think some. Work it out, work it out. Work it out. Okay, we're in the middle of a break recovery here. Should be just past the turkey blind, and he should go up the hill immediately. Working through scent breaks is nothing more than repetition on smaller bodies of water, asphalt, whatever you want to call it, whatever you're using for a scent break. When as this confidence builds, build your scent break distances. These are around, I would say 60 to 80 yards. All right, he's on it again. Up the dam. All right, we're working the home stretch now. Maybe 200 yards to go. Again, he's working slightly downhill of the line, and that's okay. His body language tells me he's on the scent, and he's also obviously running an exact parallel of that scent. All right, we're working back now. And again, just for giggles, I got a small clover leaf up here for him to work through. It's so small that it's possible he'll overrun it and just get on the hot line, but that's okay too. Why clover leaf? Clover leaf's a great simulation of a deer, say gut shot, that's working several beds in a small area. A lot of folks say they're not needed for training, but actually they're very confusing to a dog, and it's something that every dog should work through in training lines. All right, we're on the home line now. I'm going to guesstimate, I haven't run the GPS yet to see, and I'll let you know in just a second, but I'm going to guess maybe 600 to 700 yards on this track, and we used 1/2 ounce of bear liquid. right beside the mailbox. Work it out. 10 more feet. Good boy. Good boy. Bear dog, good boy. Bear. Good boy. Good boy. Get him, Bear. Get him, boy. Good dog. A little reward for a good day's work. Come here, you mongrel. All right, let's take a look at the overhead view since, after just watching the track live there. We started here, his first break. He worked through it really quick, over the dam. Really no issues there. Worked another break in this creek. Worked downwind a little bit here, as I explained, on the track, no problems. Really popped his 90s today. I don't think he overran more than 3 or 4 foot on any tracks. Worked through the deer issue right here pretty quickly. Had one little quick circle, and then right back on the track. Again, we were tracking a bear, and really not that confusing when you're running a bear line and you run into deer. A super hard 90 right there that he pegged. He struggled, I won't say struggled, but he worked a little bit harder here. Maybe 3 or 4 little circles. Got his bearings and worked out this big scent break right here with no issues. Blew right down the dam, and then worked the clover leaf strongly, but blew out of it with no real hazards at all there, and then hit the open pasture. Again, only half to maybe 3/4 of an ounce over 600 yards of bear liquid. I would encourage everybody to drop back on your liquids, particularly on moist days like this, because you just don't need them. You're wasting blood, you're wasting your training liquids if you use any more than maybe half an ounce over 800 yards on a seasoned dog, and oftentimes much less than that. Just enough to moisten the deer hoof, maybe every 50 to 80 yards, and that's all you need. Hope this helped everybody's tracking. It's a great time of year to get out there. You got nothing else to do if it's cold. So get out there, and good luck to you.